Okay, grade 11s. So now I'm moving on to the third question. So the third question says, in the space provided, draw to scale 1 is to 20 a detailed section on cutting plane AA of the area and the ellipse shown on the incomplete floor plan, right? Okay, so we've been told that we have to use scale 1 is to 20, right? So we are not using scale 1 is to 50, but now we are using scale 1 is to 20. That means I'll divide all the dimensions by 20, right? Okay, so now I just want to take a look at the incomplete floor plan. So where is the cutting plane? The cutting plane is right over there. It's cutting plane AA. So this cutting plane is cutting through what? Through the window, the external wall, and as well as the internal wall and the door as well, right? Because we have a door right there and the cutting plane is passing through that opening there, right? Okay, so if I check my complete floor plan here, the cutting plane is right there. As you can see, this one is clear, so I'll just zoom it a little bit so that you can see it. Okay, so this is the cutting plane AA. As you can see there, I have a window there, and I also have what? The door opening here, this gap. So obviously when I draw my sectional view, I'll have to show the window detail and as well as the opening there. Okay, so if I'm standing right over here, somewhere here, and I'm facing that side, so obviously I'll see the water closet and the wash basin. So that means I'll have to add those two fixtures on my sectional elevation. So I'll start with the foundation here as indicated. So where's the foundation? The foundation is right here from the question paper, and they've indicated here as well that I have to start the foundation right over there on that point, right? Okay, so we are given the height of the foundation, which is 200, and the length or width of the foundation, which is 600. So it's 30 by 10, right? Okay, so why am I using this or this section of the foundation? Why am I using the external wall detail? It's because when you look at this floor plan, on your left side you have the external wall, and on your right hand side you will have what? The internal wall. So that means from here on my answer sheet space, I'll have my external wall this side on my left, and I'll have my internal wall on my right hand side. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so I'll start with the length, which is 30. So I'll measure 30 at the bottom there. Let me start by drawing a line, and I'll mark off 30 there. And the height, remember, is 10. So the height of the foundation is 10. Okay, so I can just draw that foundation there. Let me just raise a little bit there. So I can just hatch my foundation with some small rectangles there, not rectangles, triangles, with some dots around. Okay, so this is my foundation. Okay, and the thickness of the external wall, it's 200, so that means it's 20. So obviously half of 30, it's 15. So I'll just mark off so let me check something. I think I made a mistake here. Let me just check. 200 divided by 20. It's 10. It's not 20. So here we'll have what? 10. So the thickness is 10. Okay. So from that center point there, by the foundation, I'll mark off 5 on the left and 5 on my right. Okay. Then I can just draw vertical line. Okay. So the height from the base of the foundation to the ground level is 25. So I'll just measure 25 from there going up, 25, and draw a line like that. Okay, and then from the base of the foundation going up to the screed there, it's 55. Okay, so mark off 55 there, draw a line. Okay, so that means the slab starts there. So what's the height of the slab? We are given that the height or the thickness of the slab is 5. So I'll mark off 5 there going down. So it's 5. Then I draw a line like that. So I'll just draw the slab. The thickness of the slab is 100, so which is 5. So that's the thickness there. And obviously from here to there is half of 10, which is 5. So I'll just mark off 5 there. Then I can just draw a line in the middle there. And let me just do like this. So here I'll have my break line. I'll add the break line when I'm done. So I'll just draw a line up to there. Okay. Draw a line there. Okay. So remember here by the wall I have what? The DPC. So I can just draw this line and make it more thick. I have to make it more thicker, and as well as this vertical line here and this horizontal line over there. Okay, so I can just hatch my slab there because this is what concrete. So this is a concrete slab, so I can just hatch by drawing small triangles inside there with some dots, just like that. Okay, so now if I check here, okay, I have this hardcore feeling. So but before that, remember we have what? The internal wall, because already they gave us the internal wall there. I can just project that down there like that, down like that, and then that means I'll be able to draw the foundation for the internal wall, right? So the internal foundation is, the length is 20. Okay, the height is the same as the external, so I'll just project the height of this one, the side, the base. Okay, so now because the thickness of this internal wall is 5, I'll mark a center point there, and remember the length of the foundation is 20, so from that point there I'll mark 10 on my left, 10 on my right, just like that. So that means this will be my foundation, just like that. that. So where there is a wall, you must know that there is a foundation. So because here there is a wall, it means I will have to add what? A foundation down there. Okay, so I can just draw this bottom part of the wall like that. Okay, and then now I can hatch this concrete foundation. Okay, so I'm done with this concrete foundation. So I can just hatch the hardcore filling there. So let me start with this wall over here. Okay, so I'll start with the hardcore filling here, this corner, using my 45 degrees set square. That. Right. Like that. Okay, this side I can just add a break line. Can add a break line there. That. So this is my back break line. So I can just draw the ground line there, and even inside the side. Okay, hatching for the undisturbed earth, the soil. So I'll just use my 45 degrees set square and try and draw some just like that. Okay, I'm done with the hatching. So now I'll just move up to this section here. So now I'll start with the internal wall. Ne? So obviously we have the cutting plane here, cutting plane AA, and the cutting plane passes through this opening, this door. This is D1, right? Okay, so now I have to find the height of the opening or the door, right? So we are given the height of the door here. The height is 2100, so I'll have to divide that by 20. The height is 105, so because this is the internal wall, right? This door is by the internal wall. So where is my internal wall from the sectional elevation? The internal wall is right here. So I'll just measure that height here. But before that, we also have a screed. The screed there. We are given that the thickness of the screed is 20, so which is 1. So I'll have to add the screed here before I add the opening there. So I'll just measure 1 going up. So the screed will start there by the wall like that. Okay, so now I can just measure the height of the opening. So measure 105 there. Okay, so this is the height of the opening there. So this will be the height of the window, because obviously windows and the doors, they are on the same height, right? Okay, so if it's like this, let me check. We are not given a profile here, so it means I'll just draw a horizontal line like that. and then I can just draw the 2 lines down to this grid and extend this line as well down to this grid. So it means this is the opening, so I'll leave it as it is like this. Okay, so now I move to my external wall. So from the external wall, what do we have? We have a window there, and this window is window 1. We are given there. So since it's window 1, where is window 1? Window 1 is here, and the height of this window is 800. So it means that I'll divide this by 20, which is 40. So from this height line, I'll measure 40 going down. So it means it's the height of the window. So I'll just measure 40 there and draw a line there. Okay. So now I can just add the window. The thickness of the window is 50 because all frames are equals to 50 millimeters. So when I divide 50 with 20, I get 2.5. So by the center of the wall, I'll measure 2.5 somewhere there. Okay, so I'll just draw 2 lines in the middle like that, like that. Okay, so this is the window frame, right? Okay, so obviously I'll have to add what? I'll have to add the window sill, because the window sill is always below or underneath the frame, the window frame. So I want to check if we are given the measurements for the window sill. Okay, yes, we are given the measurements there. So I'll just quickly convert this to scale. So 150 divided by 20, it's 7.5 by, so this 20 is the thickness of the windowsill, right? So 20 divided by 20 is just 1. So the width of the windowsill is 7.5 and the thickness is 1, right? Okay, so before I draw the windowsill, I'll have to draw the step. Obviously the step is there to support what? The windowsill, because they put the windowsill just above the step. So normally the height of the step is 85. So 85 divided by 20 is 4.25. So I can just make it 4.5. So it's gonna be right there. Draw construction line, and obviously in the middle there, I just draw a vertical line there. And then this is my step. Okay, and then okay, before I draw the vertical line there, I'll have to add the window sill first. So what I can do is I can just take my 30 by 60 by this corner here. I'll have to draw a line going up to there, right? And the thickness, remember, is 1. So I'll just mark off 1 there and draw a line as well up there, like that. Okay, and now remember the width of the windowsill is 7.5. So from here, the bottom line there, where it touches the vertical line there, I'll measure that 7.5. 7.5 is right there. Okay, then from there I'll just use my 60 side of the set square to draw a line there, and as well as a line there from the point, right? And then now I can just complete my windowsill. Like that. So this is my windowsill. So first, obviously I must draw this step there, right? From here to there, the original dimension is 85, and then that means I'll have to divide that 85 by 20, and that gives me 4.25. So I measured 4.5 there, the height of the step, and then obviously this line is in the middle of the wall, right? And then from there I just draw a horizontal line towards my left side. So this step is there to support the windowsill, right? Okay, so obviously the thickness of the windowsill is 1 millimeter, and the width from here to there it's 7.5, right? Okay, so now what I can do, I can just draw a line there. So now I'll have to add the internal or the inner windowsill, right? So the thickness, remember, is it's 1, so I'll just mark off 1 there, draw a line, and the width is 7.5, so I'll just mark off 7.5 there, draw a line. So this is the internal windowsill, draw a line as well there. So this is the internal windowsill. So now I can just complete the wall, just extend that line up to the windowsill there, and draw the bottom line as well, like that, and even this line there up to the windowsill, and even the bottom line there. Okay, okay, I'm almost there. So now, because I have the window there, I'll have to add the lintel just above the window frame, right? So if I check my instructions, we are given that the window detail, okay, we are given that the lintel is 200 by 85. So this 85 is the height or the thickness of the lintel, and then this is the width, right? So this is a single lintel, so it means I'll only just draw one lintel. So the height is 85, remember we divide that by 20, which is 4.25, so I'll just mark off 4.5 there, and I'll just draw a line there. Okay, and then I can just hatch the lintel. Remember, it's concrete. I'll just draw some small triangles with some dots like that. And then if I check my instructions, okay, I had to complete the foundation as well as the external wall detail. Okay, must show all hatching detail, only the substructure hatching may be drawn in neat freehand. Okay, so obviously I've added everything from this wall, the external wall, because we only have the window there. So we have the window with the lintels and the windowsill, the lintel and the window sills there. So now what I can do now, I can just hatch my walls using my 45-degree set square, like that, hatch my walls just like that, okay, even the top part there, I have to hatch that part up there. Okay, so remember we can't hatch here inside here, because obviously we are only cutting the window frame here, we are not cutting the wall. So obviously where there is a window, I cannot hatch the wall because I don't have a wall here, but the wall is from the foundation up to there, the windowsill, and as well up there. So here I have the opening, which is the window, so obviously I'll leave it as it is. Like, so I'll just hatch the internal wall there. So here I'll leave it open because it's an opening, remember. So I'll just hatch up there, just like that. What else? Let me just add the break line there. Okay, so now I'll have to measure the distance from the wall to where the water closet starts. So I'll take my rule and measure the distance there. So the distance is 3 millimeters. So I'll have to multiply that 3 by 50 because remember the scale for the floor plan was 1:50. So I have to multiply that measurement by 50. It gives me 150. So that means I'll just divide that 150 by 20 because remember this side I'm using scale 1:20, so it's 7.5. So I'll just measure 7.5 from the wall, external wall. Remember this is what an external wall. So I'll just draw a vertical line there. Okay, so now because I have that distance, I'll just go back to my fixtures, the dimensions. So the width of the water closet it's 500. So I'll divide that by 20, which is 25. So I'll just measure 25 there. Draw a vertical line like that. And then now what's the height of the water closet? The height is 750. So measure 750. Okay, I divide that by 20, which is 37.5. So the height is 37.5. It's right there. So just draw a line there. So remember, I'm drawing the graphic symbol for the fixtures. So the graphic symbol for the water closet, it's something like that. It's a square with a triangle at the bottom there. So this is the graphic symbol for a water closet. So obviously I have to draw it like this. So from the floor to that part of the water closet it's 400. So I'll divide that by 20. So it's 20. So measure 20 going up there. And then I draw a line there. And then I'll just draw this line and that line. Okay, so I'll have to get the center point there. Then I just draw a line there and a line there. So this is the graphic symbol for what? A water closet, right? Okay, so I'm done with the water closet. So now I have to draw the wash basin. So we are given that the wash basin from the floor level to the top part of the wash basin is 850. So just divide that by 20. So it's 42.5. So 42.5 is somewhere there. So I'll just draw a horizontal line somewhere there. So now I'll just go back to my floor plan. So between the two fixtures, I'll have to measure the distance there. So it's 2. So 2 times 50 is 100. So 100 divided by 20, it's 10, right? No, 100 divided by 20 is 5. So I'll just measure 5 there. So the wash basin starts there. And now the thickness or the height it's 300 divided by 20, it's 15. So I'll just measure 15 there, going down. And then the width or the length, it's 600. I'll divide that dimension by 20, so it's 30. So the length is 30. So just draw the horizontal line there, vertical line over there, and a vertical line there. And then I just complete my wash basin there. So this is my wash basin. Done. Okay. So now the foundation is complete. I've shown the complete foundation and the external wall detail, the windowsill detail, single lintel. I've shown that. Hatching. I've added the hatching. Okay. So now I'll have to label the following: the north elevation. I've done that. And the room designations is for the floor plan. That's done. Using the correct abbreviation, label the following features in the correct view: ground level, finished floor level, and dam proof course, which is the DPC. Okay, so the DPC is right there, so I'll just write here DPC. Okay, and also here we have the DPC just underneath the windowsill. So just next to the sill, windowsill, I'll just write DPC there. Okay, and the finished floor level. The finished floor level, I'll just draw the small arrow there and a horizontal line, and just write FFL. It's the finished floor level. So obviously this is the screed. I can just mark some dots there, and even from this triangle, this small part there, just small dots. Okay, we also have the natural ground level, the NGL, NGL, right? Okay. So I think now I'm done with everything. Everything is added. So this is the complete section on cutting plane AA, right? So obviously I've added the two features: window frame, the outside windowsill, and the inner one, the lintel there. So everything is added. So this is the complete detailed section on cutting plane AA.